Hey everyone, welcome to another day, another. Can you hear me? Oh yeah. Another episode of That's All Funny where we laugh at things. Yeah. Right now it's fucking hot as hell in my house because my AC isn't fucking doing its thing. It's being lazy like a fucking lazy Mexican. No, fucking Mexicans are. They're so fucking lazy. But yeah, so now I'm just here sweating in the dark or whatever that Lady Gaga song is. And I mean, it's night now, so it's not fucking, I don't know. It's not like ruthless, but you know, whatever. It is what it is, right? We'll see. I'm supposed to have an interview tomorrow. Hopefully I'm not here sweating all fucking nasty and shit like a hooker in church or whatever the kids say. So let's look at some news here. There's a lot of news going on. A Texas airline worker was killed after being sucked into a Delta Airlines jet engine. And I feel like this kind of shit's been happening like often, you know? Like how easy is it to get sucked into a fucking jet engine? There's no like Mythbusters episode of that we fucking can view and look at, you know. I mean that sucks, but you know we look at that Titanic shit that just went down, and then you have a airline worker just like fucking. He was probably listening to Miley Cyrus or something on his headphones and just got sucked in, and that's it. I mean, there's really no fucking surviving that shit. That's some fucking Mortal Kombat fatality bullshit. You know, you're not surviving that. Speaking of the subway, wait, not the subway, the submarine. I got subway on the brain. Mr. Beast says he was almost on the submarine that imploded, and he just shared like a text message that he could have been on that submarine. Like one of his homies was like, "Hey yo, you should come with me on this submarine that goes to see the Titanic." And he was probably busy fucking doing some curing of the blind or in Alaska fucking feeding all the polar bears and shit. I don't know. He's always doing wacky shit with his weird looking face and his hair and his eyes, you know. So whatever. I if he's still alive, whatever. He lucked out. He's kind of like fucking, what is it? Who was it? Like Seth MacFarlane on 9/11 or whatever, who didn't get on a plane because he woke up late or something, right? Shit happens. That's life, right? Sometimes we get lucky. Here's a real quick story. A groom collapses and dies moments after exchanging vows with his bride. And I'm looking at this couple, and they're two like really big black people. The guy suffered a fatal blood clot. So the conspiracy people are gonna go after that. But this guy was pretty fucking fat. Like, so yeah, I could see a blood clot happening there pretty easily. And there's already a GoFundMe. Like, god damn, these GoFundMes go up, and it's received over 20,000 donations. Dude, you don't need that much to bury a man. Like, well, he's a bigger man, so you might need, like 8,000 for a good casket. But really, to fucking cremate somebody, it's like $500 or $600, right? That's it. Boom. Just burn them and fucking bury them. Like, quit making graveyards the thing, you know? They're not cool. They're cool in like an idea, like a movie, like haunted and shit like that, you know, and spooky. But as far as like keeping your loved ones there, it's essentially a prison for their bodies, you know? Like, just let them go back with the earth and become one, you know? Whatever. What do I know? Let's see here. Something along TikTok is becoming a phrase that's used called micro cheating, which is kind of like a hashtag that includes behavior like having secret friendships or liking half nude photos. And I mean, that sounds about right. I know a lot of coworkers when I was at work. They'd have their boyfriends or whatever at home, but I'd be there fucking in the back slapping their asses or sucking on their titties or something. So like, I get what micro cheating is. It's kind of like what is it? Friends with benefits type shit, But yeah, my favorite is always playing grab ass. That's my favorite. I love me a nice big old ass to grab onto, right in the crease, of the ass. Let's see what else we have here. The 19-year-old kid who died on the submarine took a Rubik's cube down with him to break a world record. And I'm just like, why does it make it even more sad? He's like, I'm gonna do a Rubik's cube right by the Titanic, yeah. And I don't know, it's sad, but it's also like, okay, son, yeah, you're gonna solve a Rubik's cube underwater by the Titanic, and the Guinness World Records is gonna love that shit, and I'm gonna take a picture of you and put it on my office door, so everyone sees it. I don't know, there's a whole movie to be made, like now of that. Like HBO is gonna come out with that shit, or Netflix, where it's like the kid's only dream was to fucking solve a Rubik's Cube 37,000 meters under the sea to break a world record, and watch the Titanic as he solves a Rubik's Cube in 13 seconds or whatever he was going to do. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I'm wondering who's going to it's probably like going to be a Ryan Murphy production, kind of like, he does a lot of those sick shits like American Horror Story, and he did the Jeffrey Dahmer, he did Glee. A lot of people died in Glee, so I could see him doing this shit as like a Netflix series, put someone to work like Cuba Gooding Jr. He needs some work. Poor guy. Somebody help him out. All right. There's outrage erupts as police allow neo-Nazis to protest outside Georgia synagogue. And I've been seeing a lot of like Nazi flags and Nazi logos, and it's like, where do you purchase that? Where are you getting your Nazi paraphernalia? Like, is that it's not, I don't think you get it at Texaco or Chevron, like, I don't know. It's like, I have the Nazi flag, from World War II that my grandfather brought, and it's, it's rough, it's cool, but it looks, I mean, because it is like an older flag, so it looks badass. But these people are coming out with these gay ass looking Nazi flags that are probably made in China. Like, they probably straight up say made in China. Like, that's, what kind of shit is that? Like, at least our American flags are made in America, even though they're fucking expensive. But you probably got your Nazi flag made in China or some other fucking third world country that, I don't know. It's just cheap. Like, make your own Nazi flag, or I don't know, support someone on Etsy. Like, see if there's a Nazi knitter on Etsy that can knit you a proper Nazi flag instead of the cheap shit y'all are fucking using, you stupid neo pieces of shits, Y'all don't know. Y'all don't fucking know. But lastly on the news docket, drag queens are chanting "We're coming for your kids" while they're, protesting during New York's annual drag march. And they're saying, "We're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children." And that's pretty scary. Yeah, when that's some like hocus pocus shit, when the Sanderson sisters are trying to suck all the fucking souls out of the children to stay young and shit. I don't know. I feel like the LGBTQ community have kind of had enough with being pacifists, or I guess nice guys, and now they're trying to just be as threatening as anyone else. And I mean, you live so long as the hero, you see yourself become the villain. Am I right? Like, isn't that what happened to fucking Two-Face? he's he's bisexual, Two-Face, because he's got two faces. But yeah, no, that's pretty creepy when they're saying we're here, we're queer, we're coming for your kids. That's kind of scary. Like, that's some horror movie shit, But we're not allowed to say anything bad because they're a minority, or it's hate speech, or whatever. Whatever. Um, but yeah, I hope. I don't know. Maybe leaving goat's blood on the top of your front door will keep the queers out. I don't know. I'm not very sure how to, have a circle of salt protection, whatever, to keep them away. I don't know. I'm all about, like, them representing themselves and them wanting more quote unquote rights, but them saying they're coming for our children, these corporations like Disney and all that, basically admitting that they're like aiming their content at children to essentially indoctrinate them into being like, these soft, malleable, no gender, whatever gender, transgender, confused children. It's kind of creepy, I don't know how our world's gonna be in the next 4 years. When we got a new president, if it's not Sleepy Joe or that ripped ass Robert Kennedy. Did you see how ripped he is? He's fucking ripped, Robert Kennedy Jr. I mean, he does push-ups like a girl, but he's fucking ripped. So I wouldn't mind him as president, I guess. Have someone do his promo for him because he can't talk. So get him a manager to do his promo, and he can be the fucking ripped ass president looking character, like from Metal Gear Solid or some shit. But yeah, that's our episode today, guys. I wanna thank y'all for your support of listening to this shit that I spew. Yeah, we'll make it another week. I'm trying to keep the computer off because it is fucking hot in here. It is so hot. It's so fucking hot. But yeah, like, review, rate, share, subscribe, do all that stuff to the podcast. It really helps us out here at That's All Funny Studios, Funky Eskimo Productions, subsidiary of Retro Horror Inc. Yeah, check out the YouTube for random videos, youtube.com/@LorenzoAriola. Check out the Patreon for episodes early and bonus content, patreon.com/LorenzoAriola. It's $5 a month, gets you everything. And check out the website, retrohorrorinc.com, for official merchandise or one-of-a-kind art made by the great at Retro Horror Inc. on Instagram. But yeah, thank you all for listening. Take care, be safe, have a great start of your week. Bye.